Just to give you a bit of background. So, Chris is, just to give you a bit of background before we start. So, Chris is my student and competitions, one of the awards that he has bit of competitions and he started that journey and he started that journey in year 9. And that's what's really important to have students across the age range, and not just the upper school, but the lower school students as well, who I'm sure will benefit from this. I also want you to know that at some point I will be starting the STEM Club, and it's really important that performers attend. It's really important that performers attend, and the upper school know that you don't have to be a DT student to come to my STEM Club. So that's one thing I wanted to let you know. So I don't want to spend final year to really busy, okay? But final year, he's really busy at the moment, but he took a little bit of time to speak to you. So let's show our appreciation. So let's show our appreciation.
Yeah, but I'm very honoured that you yeah, but I'm very honoured that you it's true, I'm working extremely hard right now, so I've had it's predicted to be a big mess because I've recently I made a PCB and it stopped working randomly. I mean, I've got 4 weeks left until my master's handed my big project. Yeah, this is my biggest project of my life. And the 2 a.m. PCB thing that we're paying right now. So I was up until 2 a.m. trying to sort this out. I'm going to start off here. I'm basically explaining what I'm doing right now. Imperial College. So right now I'm in my 4th year at Imperial College studying design engineering. Which is the course which is kind of like DT but it's taken to the next level. It's an engineering master's degree. Machine learning, but you learn everything. Industrial design, machine learning, robotics, industrial design as well, heavy on the design as well, human-centered design. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to innovate in the field of something called swarm robotics. And swarm robotics is like a type of robotics is probably going to have a big impact in the future. Not my design, but the field is. And it's kind of, if you imagine, they work together, they can kind of solve any task. They all work together, they can kind of solve any task. And then if you know, like Tony Stark's Iron Man suit, he always nanobots. It's kind of, that's like this very far down the line. So, yeah, I'm designing this, which is a small cube robot. Basically, these 2 big chunky motors, and they basically send it outside of the robot. So I have to basically set it up the pincer, which can go up, down, left, right. I have it's a really like a pincer, which can go up, down, left, right, and it's really strong. It's got these 2 huge motors. Or they can shift backwards with a big gear. Control the wheels. And they can shift backwards and control the wheels. And the wheels is a modular system. So you get this unit and you plug it onto the side of the robot, it engages with this gear here. So you plug it on, and then you can basically have any sort of wheel system. So it could be a tank, it could be standard wheels. These are called legs for wheel legs, which are kind of like flappers. They look ridiculous when it walks, but it spins around, like slaps the rock, and then pushes itself over, and it can go over kind of anything. And you can build them change into any sort of configuration you want, and they can dock by themselves. So this is what I'm designing right now. I've got 1 unit working, but the difficulty is making 10 units to work. So I'm going to basically give you a bit of a very quick background of my. So I'm going to basically give you a bit of a quick background of my. I've had a bit of my life, basically, and I'm. I've had a bit of a weird. Well, this is a quick time of what my life has been. since starting school. So in year 9 I created something called Stackables. I'll go into more detail what that is. Then I won a few competitions. I launched Stackables onto Kickstarter and managed to sell to 21 countries, over 500 products. That was a very stressful but great experience. And then I designed my next sequel, Flip, which is this book there. One competition again. Ended up winning. One competitions again. Ended up winning the UK Young Engineer of the Year, which was a huge milestone in my life. And then from then on, I've been just at university, working hard, having fun, and I'm done. Yeah. Recently, I was in a startup, and we got flown up to Paris. Very cool. For an MIT competition. Yeah. So yeah, I've had a very
So this is my dad. He's an inventor, product designer.
And he works from home in that C scooter, product designer. And he works from home in that C scooter over there. That's me, and that's one of his products. It's quite like a relatively well-known product, so you might have seen it before. So yeah, I grew up my whole life knowing what design engineering was, doing it at early, not because I was more capable, but just because. Which is why I think I managed to do stuff. I enjoyed it, and I knew I was more capable, but just because I knew that I enjoyed it and I knew what it was. So yeah, don't ever feel disheartened because I started younger. It's just I'm lucky I started younger because of my family.
He's in different school. He was already famous.
So I joined secondary school, and my brother was always he's in different school.
And it took me quite a long time to get recognised. It's very stressful. Quite a long time
to get recognised, and it's very stressful. I generally have a low self-esteem. It's quite easy for me not to think that I'm very clever.
Which is a bit of a shame.
I need recognition. Which is a bit of a shame, but it's I do need it. So
that was after I designed Stackables.
That was after I designed Stackables. And that was really nice because I wasn't sure if I was very clever. Which I'm sure many people feel like this as well. Like I'm going to go into more, but I think confidence in your ability is really what gives you success. Not necessarily, people who are successful aren't actually anything better than you, they just have confidence in what they're doing.
Finally in year 9, I designed in year 9.
Finally in year 9, I designed in year 9 land Stackables, and this is basically just to give an overview. It's a kit which you
and inside it's got hidden storage.
You build yourself, you stack up layers of wood, and inside it's got hidden storage, and then it's got magnets which hold it together. So it's kind of like a nice little secret storage unit.
The thing that's incredible with that is
driving
you to do the best.
One thing that's incredible with that is driving you.
So at the end of your night, land Stackables, you must have the rest of my time.
So Indian line,
crucial to my success. Maybe believe in myself, kept pushing me to show my work
crucial to my success. It's made me believe in myself, it kept pushing me to show my work and be proud of it. It's the reason why I'm here today talking to you guys. Like I heard lots of her because she was, like I said, I have a low self-esteem, and she was kept on bringing me that up. It's really nice.
Well, firstly, actually, I entered the competition.
Well, firstly, actually, I entered the competition. Indian line,
and we failed. Didn't get anywhere. That was quite a shame.
And we failed. We didn't get anywhere. That was quite a shame. Disheartened me. Then it's only forced me to enter this competition. This is me looking very nervous. I was very shy, very very scared. I spoke terribly. I still speak quite badly. I mumbled, but I was even worse back then. But I still managed to win because I realised that it's not just about luck. No matter how I was kind of thinking, like, what's the point of trying anything? Because I started to realise no matter how hard you work, it still comes down to luck. But I started to realise, no, you actually can work hard and you will get recognised. I spent ages designing this, and yeah, I won the competition, so that was very nice. So next I continue this in GCSE.
Big Bang competition. And I won Intermediate Engineer of the Year.
Again, I entered it into the Big Bang competition. And I won Intermediate Engineer of the Year. This was huge. They're very good at making you feel special at this competition. So it gave me a lot of confidence, and I decided to take it on and launch it.
Yeah, basically, I think it all comes down to
I think it all comes down to confidence, because it's like, you know,
but it's a little bit too far away, and you're a bit
and you want
scared
to go to the next run.
You
It's a
hesitate.
little bit too far away, and you're a bit scared to jump for it. You hesitate as you jump. You're much more likely to fall than if you're confident. You know, I can be that. You just jump in and you grab it. You're not more likely to succeed. And this is what I started doing. Is just putting all my confidence into my work and just designing a really good stand, putting loads of effort, confident that I'd win. And if I didn't, then it would.
It'll set me out, I think.
Fine, but it's.
So then I started. I launched it.
That's what set me out, I think, with my confidence. So then I launched it on Kickstarter. So this was a, like, I don't know if you know what Kickstarter is, it's like a crowdfunding website. So
you make a video.
design almost a web page on that website, and you make a video, and then you have a month to raise money. You set a goal. My goal was like 2,000. I think I raised that in the first day, which was very nice. I ended up getting to about £14,000 raised. I sold a few hundred on Kickstarter, and then I continued doing it, selling it at fairs and stuff. It was. I don't actually remember much from that period of my life. It was very stressful.
This age?
I don't think it's particularly bad if you haven't done this age, because
it's.
I feel like just enjoy yourself, because you don't need to do this. Most people haven't done it.
At university,
I started doing this. I pretty much done that. It was too stressful, but I learned a lot from it. So yeah, that was kind of like. Actually, no, I have one more. Okay, no, A levels. So that was end of GCSEs. Now we're going to A levels.
that's me
This is A
doing
levels.
my level DT
That's me doing my level DT project.
Yeah, I think the most important thing.
I think the most important thing is to enjoy it. Like, don't, you know, everyone says this, but if you don't enjoy it, then you're not going to
start to think that you're not very good
effort
at it.
into it.
We're not very clever.
If you don't put your correct into it,
I've had
you
this
start
on
to
my
think that you're not very good at it. You're not very clever.
And it just
I've had this
reduces
on my friends'
your
projects.
confidence in yourself. So just do things that you love.
And it just reduces your confidence in yourself.
Realize that you actually
So just do things that you love. You put a lot of effort into it, and then you'll realize that you're actually quite clever. I'm lucky. I've managed to find ways to drag myself out of that hole of not thinking I'm clever enough. Like this game is directions.
But DT, I chose DT. I'm going to
next is
advertise DT for a second.
DT.
So I think a lot of
I
people
chose
think
DT.
that
I'm going
DT
to advertise DT.
is kind of one of the subjects that doesn't even that.
DT.
In fact, my university
One of the subjects that doesn't really
looks
matter
at
that much. In fact,
and
my
the one thing
university
that got me my jobs,
looks
got me into
DT.
university was my DT.
and the one thing that has got me my jobs,
you can
got me to
you can get
university
amazing
was my
grades,
DT
but
work.
you've never
Because you can
put those grades
get
to
amazing
use
grades,
to design
but
and
you
make
never
something that you're not
put
gonna.
those grades to
It's
use
not
to design
proof
and
that
make
you actually
something.
do what you
You're
learn.
not gonna.
So DT is
It's
basically
not proof that
the
you
A-level
actually
especially
do what
gives you
learn.
a third of
So
the year or
DT
a quarter of
basically-
the year just to
The
prove that
A-level especially gives you
you can make
a
some
third
good
of your year or a
experience,
quarter of
and it
the
makes you
year
stand
just to
out.
prove that you can make something, gives you experience, and it makes you stand out. A huge sense of my course.
Yeah.
I think it was third.
I really rate it. Don't worry if you haven't done it. If you can on free time, or if you do
Yeah.
electronics, is
I
another
really
great
rate it.
one.
Don't worry you haven't done it.
Just makes
If
it
you can in free time, or if you do
Lot of
electronics,
fun.
is another great one.
Gives you a very good
It
feel
makes
for
something. It gives you a lot of fun and gives you a very good for your portfolio. Also, yeah, going
into
if you've ever
MIT.
seen an MIT
Require you to make a video of something you made.
If you want to
Just
get
want
into
to prove
MIT,
that
then
people
people
love
require
it.
you to make a video of something that you've made. Just another bit of proof that people just love it if you're making something like a hobby or anything. Okay, so next is this is like I tried to challenge myself. I tried to basically put every engineering and design knowledge I could into one product. This way I was really confident in myself. So I just did design something and then know I didn't have to make it, and then make it. So this basically, if you go to the next slide. Yeah, so the hand flips to the next position. Kind of will make this clock more unique. my design mechanism on the you can see actually. This is like a little prototype for the mechanism. Yeah. I might actually show you a video quickly. I have all my works on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm presenting my product.
And so this is what I submitted to.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm presenting my product.
And so this is what I submitted to when you
I'm currently in first year studying design engineering at Imperial College. I'm currently in first year studying design engineering at Imperial College. And Flip was my A-level project. Flip is a striking, sustainable and minimalist clock. The hand clock has an hour hand where it flips every quarter hour, and a minute hand which flips as an hour hand. The clock also has a soft light in the centre, and it changes from a cool light to a wall light throughout the day, adding to the atmosphere. When I started to a wall light, I wanted to create a product that had an aesthetic appeal. Allow me to learn it and apply it. I wanted to create a product that had an aesthetic appeal. I wanted Flip to be a simple piece and apply mechanics. It means that the hand set in a way that would make Flip to be essentially how it works. The reason why I chose to make it in a way that is seen as a satisfying clip. The complex mechanism that I designed is hidden under the face, making the outcome seem simple. The complex mechanism that I designed. The concept behind the face, making the outcome take unbelievably serious. The concept behind the face. This is a simple concept, but it's very challenging to magnet, especially for this is a simple concept. The mechanism consists of three subsystems. I will use a minute hand as an example. The first system is to rotate a disc exactly 60 degrees every minute. To achieve this, achieve DC motion drives exactly 60 degrees. This ratio is DC motion drives this ratio is then around the disc of hole with space of 60 degrees. These represent each of the 60 positions. Around the disc of hole with space of 60 degrees. On one side of the disc, you know each of the 60 on the other, alert the capacitor. Then, on one side of the LDR stands for light. On the other, alert the text light. In the right position, LDR stands for light. Unless the light text light.
Right, I'm going to show you the video.
Hand and needs to stop.
This is just to give you a general idea. I'm going to show you more videos later. This is just to give you a general idea. So, one little thing from this actually was I joined this. I submitted this. One little first year from this actually was I joined this. And I submitted this. It was personal, but I was feeling pretty depressed back then. Me and my girlfriend moved in together, and we decided that it wasn't wise. Me and my girlfriend moved in together, and we decided that it wasn't wise to go to Durham to like stay together through first year. But that was quite depressing. Bad state. I always got out of university, and I went back when I'm in a bad state. Thought I was pretty dumb. University. In group work, I wasn't contributing much. I was more just doing what I was told, which then just kind of just self-perpetuates itself. Doing what I was told. If you're not putting stuff forward, then it self-perpetuates itself, because if you're not putting stuff forward, then you just think, oh, well, your ideas. To the big bang competition. I wasn't going to submit it, and to the big bang competition, which is like the one where I wanted to go and do it. And my mum, who has great mum, told me like to spend one day. My mum, who has great mum, told me like to spend one day. And then a few weeks later, I had one you can submit it. Which was so I was super lucky. I was quite depressed. It was a massive slap in the face. So I was super lucky. I was quite depressed. It was a massive slap in the face of like you're not think that you're not as bad as you think you are. Everyone thinks. You will probably think. I was very fortunate to have that ability. I was very fortunate to have that. It's something that I keep going back to. So in third year I had the same thing. Yeah. It's something that I keep going back to as well. So in third year I had the same thing. Kind of started not thinking I was very good anymore, and then something just wakes you up to that you're actually right. Yeah. So I won TGI competition as well for this. So university. Yeah. So choosing university. Yeah. So choosing university. Yeah, visit the unis. Get a sense of the atmosphere. Every university's got a different atmosphere. If you like design, that's Imperial College school. My second choice was Loughborough Design School. If you like design, that's an incredible school. Same with Brunel as well. And then Bath is also great for engineering. They've got an integrated design course. kind of the big one.
There's like sort of
Design
a lot of people from Bath and Loughborough, kind of the big one for design and engineering. My course was like 3 years old when I applied, so no one actually graduated yet. But it's a great course. If you have more questions about university, I'll answer those. So yeah, I applied to Imperial, and
So you have to go through. There's like you have to get accepted to the
before an interview,
and then
so you have to go through,
and then you do the interview.
It's like
So I
you
was
have to get
rejected straight away.
and then
And
you do the interview.
I was like,
rejected straight
that's the
away.
only course I wanted to actually do. But I thought I was going to take a year
I
out,
was like, that's the only course I wanted to actually do.
do what I can
So I
to get
was
in
going
there.
to take a year out
Or
and do what I can
so
to get in.
what I ended up doing was I went to this building, snuck in up to the 3rd floor,
So what I ended up doing, I went
and found
to this building,
this
snuck in up to the 3rd floor,
and managed to get 5
and
minutes in
found
basically
the
to
admissions
tell him
tutor.
why I think I could
and
be.
managed to get 5 minutes in basically to tell
And
him
the next day I
why
got
I
an
think I could
invitation
be
to an interview.
on that course.
So yeah,
And
just shows that like,
invitation
like just do what you need to have a good
just shows
time.
that like,
Don't, if you want to do something, just make sure
don't like
try hard to do that.
So if you want to do something, just make sure you try hard to do that.
You learn
So yeah, my
show you a
course
few
is great. You learn everything. I'm going to show you a few of my projects. That's what I've done. Well, I guess I'll explain this. So design engineering is the fusion of design thinking and engineering knowledge.
Hi.
During COVID, this was my
Hi.
during COVID, this was my
Binary adders can be found in almost all computers to perform simple arithmetic. Binary adders can be found in almost all computers to perform simple arithmetic. I decided to create a physical mechatronic demonstration of how they work to show off the beauty behind binary addition. The calculator is almost all made of cardboard, excluding the
This video
should
is timed up
and is
to
completely
binary
by
adder.
hand. It works by iteratively adding up the two binary numbers.
working until you have a
It
final.
works by iteratively adding up the two binary numbers until you have a final answer. The sum was 7 plus 13, and as the binary adder calculated, the answer is 20. I found the best way to go about it was to measure all time, because no one can combine any adders. I found the best way to go about it was to measure everything digitally and combine it at the end.
That was like my, that's one of the modules called Gizmo. You have to make something. Electronics.
that's one of the modules.
And you have to show you how to create cardboard, you have to make So that was one of them. Okay.
So that was one of them.
I got to make something out of Lego.
So this is another one.
It's like a soldering iron, but it's
I got to make something.
to help with tremors. So it's not just free soldering iron, but it's dampens the movement. So then you vibrate. Like
dampens the
yeah, it just removes the vibration.
It's spring like
And you can place it when you move the vibration.
It's a spring like dampener.
So I look very serious in this video. So yeah, you line it up and then you just press button.
I was concentrating. And then you line it up and then you just press
Yeah,
button.
advance and do your soldering point.
Yeah, I would advance to your soldering point.
So yeah, that's one of my projects.
That's one of my projects.
This is a little. This is called a. This is called a water wing.
Boys can have practice.
You see, you use it like a cheap pull up. Yes, through rubble and stuff. It was a complete failure, but it was a lot of fun. You can see it like barely moves when you do stuff to it. We tried to have a smart membrane that you contract and then it moves forward. So yeah, that's a little overview of my course. If you're interested, I'll show you this later. It's a bit boring. So my experience was I've worked at 2 design consultancies. They're great. I did electronic engineering at one of them, and there's no everything the other one. I'm not electronic how I make PCBs. I learned that GCA. This is my startup team. It's crucial to being like an engineer. My course is a huge amount. Yeah. You respect. If you don't, it's all about respect really. Just respect the teammates and they'll respect you and it'll work out. I was very nervous of group work before, but it's actually quite nice. Most people are lovely people, so yeah. Okay, a bit more less about work. To me this is really important. Is to actually have a life. Outdoors, that's my big thing. I go wild camping, so this is me camping in Sardinia next to the lake. So that's a great one for getting out of the stress and you get to fight people. Same with climbing as well, you get to just chuck your body at a rock and you forget about work very quickly. Which is really important, you need to just forget about work. Try and keep eating away. You never, if you don't have stuff like this, your creativity will reduce a huge amount because you need that relaxation to be able to be creative. Yeah. Yeah, go to be creative. Just it's not like everyone can be creative. Your creative mind comes out. Two stages of mind. One when you're working really hard and you're very logical and you can figure out the most complex problems. The other one is when you're relaxing and your brain's a bit more loose, you're more like daydreaming, and that's when you make those creative like thoughts. And that's when like being out in nature is incredible for that. That's what my robotics tutor says. He's like writing the book on soft robotics, and his lectures are all about be out in nature, observe around you, because nature does it way better than you, and you'll have some amazing ideas. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I did a bit of a method presentation, but it's okay, yeah, I did a bit of a method presentation. I've got a lot of questions. I've got a lot of questions as well, which I'll just run through.
I've given Chris your questions, so anyone who had questions, I've given them all to him. So he'll go through them.
Work experience is definitely important. I think the most important thing is having any experience. It doesn't have to just be working for a company. But for me, it's just building things. Firstly, I think it's when you're an engineer, build things. Then work experience comes second after that. Work experience is the next level where you start to learn more the business skills and organisation skills. I mean, what I say, competition is like response to that. But I don't know, it's one of those thoughts that I do. I find that ideas like this, I don't know, I was looking at frogs, and I wanted to do really well stuff, and then it would just be like, oh, that could be true. It's stuff like that, where it's just expose yourself to other stuff other than what you're doing. Get outdoors or something, you learn something, you help you There is a good point actually. I have got one little trick, which is might not work for you, but if I need an idea, do a really one, and I'm sitting at my desk and I haven't got time to like go outside and like the best thing is to take a break for like a day or two. if you haven't got that time, you normally don't. I tend to like go somewhere nice and calm down, I'm in the corner in my room. I put on some music, and then I kind of like drift to sleep, and whilst like letting my thoughts go through my head. And in that, you get into a state, almost a dream-like state. You can help you figure stuff out a lot more. That's if you need to quickly come up with creative ideas, that's a good way. Like a little 15-minute half nap. Yeah.
Like, I've seen like you went to have a lot of competition. Like, where did you find out or see like what it was?
The competitions, that was actually with Sandy. That's where she was incredible. She made me into the show me where they are. But researching into it, there's a huge amount of competitions out there. They want to give you money. There's people with a lot of money just want to give you money. So yeah. I've got there's two numbers. One is cash up to it. It was 5,000 for, and like, but I also got an 80 customer as well, which is worth £4,000.
How much do you sell them for?
I think the frog was like between 10 and 15 pounds. This was like 20, 25, a little bit priced on Nathan and myself. And then the dolphin was like a couple of pounds cheaper than the dolphin. Any other questions?
So, like, how do you start like this stuff? Like, it sounds interesting, cool, but you're not taking like GCSE DT, for example, because.
Yeah, that's a very common thing. Yeah. So like, again, so I did those that my course did do DT, but a lot of them didn't, and that's where like electronics and programming is super accessible. You can just download the software for free and program something, and it's still just as good. Like, yeah. I did maths DT, like the 3 sciences, French, computing, electronics, geography, English, and I think that was roughly like what yeah. Yeah, you go.
When did you start doing that?
Further math. I think I did it in DT, no, not in DT, in GCSE, and then I also did it in A-level. It's not key though, it's like, it's great. All it does is make your first year a little bit easier. It doesn't make you, it's definitely good for like first year, but you don't worry about it. Yeah. It's a very good question. I didn't have time, but I took. Yeah, this is an early prototype. Yeah, so this is just like the hour hand. That's not the minute hand. Yeah.
How are you supposed to
So this is, yeah. So this is what we're going through the start that I was working with for a while. It's competition for the best, first to get the best thing. I've left that start. That start was doing very well. It's got about 30k now, just from competitions. Yeah, getting actual benches, that's very thing. I can't really do myself, I'm proud of myself. Yeah, Kickstarter is very good at getting benches. Yeah.
How did you get good at presentations?
Oh, sorry, wait. Yeah. No, I'm not at that level yet. Yeah.
So how did you get so good at presentations?
So you said.
How did you get so good at making a presentation? Like,
Thank you very
it
much.
sounds really nice, and the content, and what you said was also really nice.
So in a design engineering course, you rely on presentations and folder work. So yeah, just practice. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how did you know you wanted to go to Imperial College? You know, like Oxford or one of those really well-known ones?
Boys, can you listen to the answer, please?
Oxford and Cambridge, they're not like very good on the making side of things, and on the industry side of things. Like that's more if you want to just place get super clever. If you want to learn the more practical kind of engineering and design, or the more industry side, Imperial is great. So it's space like Loughborough now, but yeah, they don't really do much engineering at university. Yeah.
In terms of your work, so how much do you put a split on research and actually making?
Yeah. So these projects are very little research, but now as I'm getting some more like this one's a lot of research. Yeah. You need to when you want to start doing something actually useful. These are more just sellable. If you want to do something useful, you need to understand the field that you're working in. So you have to do a big literature review, what it's called, where you find out everything else in that identify the problems, really analyse what is missing from that area, and then you come up with your idea of how you're going to solve the problem. Yeah. So now it's probably about of this project, it's a 3-term project, 1 term was just research. Yeah.
But I guess the key second when you're looking at the field research, you get that hunch where it's like, I want to kind of make something of these lines. Have you ever had that thing where you're like, actually, after for more research, that's probably not the best way of doing it? You have to look at what the research is telling you. Or do you normally stick your hunch?
I would say, yeah, so you're given, like, at university, you're given so many briefs. Some briefs, like you say, just click the view, so you think you have an idea. When it doesn't happen, you do have to revert to research. And it's always good to like understand where, like a bit of research, know what extension already and stuff like that. But I think we have to really figure it out through research, but there are times when you do want to do that.
I guess it's not an amusing topic, but seeing that you've done so much, like you've excelled in academics, extracurricular design. I think for people who maybe aren't really interested in just engineering, how do you balance everything, like studies, karate, everything? How do you balance all of that? And it seems to be so many competitions as well.
Yeah, it's about doing things that you like. Like if you enjoy it, then you've got a lot of hours in a day. If you're doing stuff you don't really like, those hours are you're gonna have a break. But if you, like, I love jiu-jitsu, I love DT, so I'd quite happily spend a full day doing jiu-jitsu, like DT and then jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Don't kill yourself as well. Just take a break if you really need to take a break. Otherwise it's not sustainable. Yeah. There. Yeah.
I've got 2 questions. Yeah. Firstly, like, if you were to go back in time, when you were in like like I really want to do design engineering. Yeah. What do you think you would have done differently back then?
I think it's a very difficult question. I think I'm lucky that I did do a lot. That's something that I did take advantage of the fact that I was doing. If I hadn't made as much, I would have wanted to make more. But I spent my whole time making, so I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with what I did. Just take as much as you can. That's what I say. Yeah. You said the second one.
Oh yeah. I saw that like the Royal College of Arts, they offer like a joint course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is called
GID or ID?
Yeah. Innovation design.
Yes.
So do you know much about that? Like how does it differ?
So yeah, we work very much. They're part of our school. I see them a lot. That's actually what my dad did. They did.
It's a master's, so you need to have your first degree before you join that course. It's postgraduate only.
It's very similar. So it's like, yeah, if you didn't do like integrated masters, you can do that after you get similar sort of information. But it's pretty much the same students and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so that's where competition can help, give you money. Like eBay is incredible.
That's the line thing. Nice and cheap. It's space for lettering with RS. The wood, open like stores, that's good. Yeah, eBay is a good first. Yeah, I've not used it myself, but I've been around for this and using it. It's pretty fun. Yeah.
Do you recommend some good stuff that you can read? Like, keep on top of it.
Yeah. I mean, YouTube's pretty good. I'd say just find the right, like, YouTube's great. Find like good like they do their stuff. It's fun. Or just go on like Snap Photo Play. I don't do like that research.
Well, thanks very much, Chris. I really appreciate the time to come and speak to the boys. It's been a huge start for me. I've also invited a person called Trisha York here today, who is our client liaison officer. Is that your title? And if you're lucky enough to be selected to apply for the Art Scholarship, it really makes a huge difference. And Imperial, actually, alongside A-levels, see that as a big tick box. And if you are an Art Scholar like Chris is, then it does help you. And I've had more than one student go to Imperial who are an Art Scholar, and that has helped them as well. Chris is very shy, you can see, and I can see he's really nervous. And sorry to put you through it, but you know, I really wanted these boys to see what they could possibly do in the future. Chris is incredibly modest. He has always been modest, but I think you would agree that to get into a grammar school, you do actually have to be clever. And to get a string of 9s and A stars at GCSE, you've got to be clever. And to get 4 A stars at A level, you've got to be clever. So I'm not really understanding that part. Yes? Maybe you do. And I hope that when you do your A-levels or when you do your GCSEs, you're able to take time out to enjoy yourself and do well. And I think that's really important. And the boys talking. And I hope you're not the ones that don't do so well because you spent so long thinking that maybe studying is all that you should do, and then you crash and burn. You don't want to do that. Yes? And on the question about Oxford and Cambridge, I have to say they are not the best places for engineering. Chris got the grades to get into Oxford or Cambridge, but he chose to go to Imperial. And not everyone's going to get into Oxford or Cambridge. And like Chris said, maybe if you're more into the research side, and maybe that's where you want to go. But you've got to think long and hard. Personally, I'm biased, and I do actually think that Imperial is the best place for engineering. But I am biased. Yes? You may think differently. And if you're lucky enough to get into one of the Russell groups, great. But again, they're not the only places that are really good at design or engineering that you should be thinking about. But let's hands together.